Thank you very much for doing this. We are all probably quite tired, but I would like to ask you a couple of questions. My first question would be, who are you guys? What do you do? What is your task in the team? What do you do besides soccer? Could you tell us a little bit just about yourself?
Well, I'm Simon. I'm the captain of the team, and I'm a defender personally, and we came here to represent the Worcester Blind Football team, and we got a bronze medal, so we're happy.
I'm Russell. I'm a coach and the guide. I'm also the match and performance analyst. I'm part of the Worcester squad. I work with the England partially sighted and blind teams as well, and that's what I do in my spare time as well. And I coach.
How did you start with blind soccer? How did you get into it? Could you tell us a little bit about that? When? What age?
I always played football as a child growing up, but normally with sighted and with a sighted football. And then I went to a blind school when I started playing blind football, and I got my taste of the game as we know it now when I was invited to train with the England squad, and that was how I got involved.
And I got involved through I was a student at the University of Worcester in England, and I stumbled across a blind football session with the head coach, David Mycock, and I just got involved from there. Started coaching, started filming the matches, started analysing, and now, like I say, it's built into working for the Football Association, and now I coach. I've started creating a little team, and I'm working for England now. So.
How can I mention that? How many teams are there in England?
There's 24. There's 24 squads overall. 24. So that's disability, women's and men's. There's 24 squads.
Okay, and they're spread all over the country.
Well, England squads, they come from all over the country. Yeah, all the players and coaches.
And do you? I don't know. Maybe that's a stupid question, but are you guys also national players for the national team?
I have been. Most of us on the team here, we've played for England before, so we've got international experience. But at the moment, we're not in the current squad.
Yeah, I am. I work with the first team squad, but I don't play.
Did you take part in the Olympics or World Championships?
No, the last tournament I took part in was the World Championships that's in 2010, but I wasn't in the Paralympics.
I took part of the pre-Paralympic warm-up tournament in Madrid in 2012. It was with the squads of the top 6 teams in the world were there. I was with the squad. That was the last time I worked with them, and last week when they played Germany in an international friendly. And I'll also be going to Italy in a few weeks for the European Championships.
And could you talk a little bit about this tournament in Bucovice? What did you enjoy the most? What did you enjoy the least? What was the biggest dramatic moment?
I think that the most impressive thing, because obviously I've been lucky enough to play in different tournaments all over the world, and I was very impressed with the organisation, the treatment of the teams, and the whole tour. There was a lot of games to be played in a short space of time, but everything ran smoothly, and it just meant that as players and coaches, we could just concentrate simply on playing our games rather than worrying about everything else that was going on. And I think generally it was a good standard. All teams here were put on a really good show and performance. And in the end, it was a very closely fought contest.
Yeah, and for me, I think the good was also that I completely agree that the organisation of the tournament has been absolutely fantastic. It's been unbelievable. One of the best tournaments I've been to, and I've been to an awful lot of tournaments. It's been great how they've managed to get the turnaround so well, so smooth. It's run really nicely. The bad moments, well, there wasn't any really. It was apart from the rain. Nobody likes the bad weather, but the best part was watching Jefferson for Brazil. He's the best player in the world, bar none, and it's a pleasure to watch him play. And you can learn. You can only learn from how he plays, and then you can filter that into the England players and the younger players, so to develop them, so to become the next best thing.
So also the coaches learn a lot by just
observing. Yeah, you can observe the players and observe their movements, but when you think you've observed them, they come out with something new. So it's very good to observe, and you can learn from other coaches as well. So the German coaches, from the Czech coaches, you can learn so much from them.
So could you give me an example about that? It's just, I'm a complete lay person.
It's I think. I think for me, it's just how they approach the game. So some coaches might go in with a fiery temper, or they might be upbeat rather. Some coaches might be calm. So it all depends on how they motivate their players to perform to their best. And we saw it with Brazil in that last game. Their coach, he went in, he got them motivated through not having a go, but raising his voice, really motivating his team, and they played really well in that last game. So it's interesting.
I have another question to the players. You guys run like crazy. Like, especially the England team, in my opinion, is like number 4. I think it's Andy. He's like Speedy Gonzalez. I don't know if you guys know Speedy Gonzalez. He's constantly moving. This is how do you do that? Like, how do you train that? How often do you train? Or
Well, we don't, in terms of ourselves here, we don't train very much, but during our season it's once, maybe twice a week. Obviously, in terms of on the pitch, we've got our different jobs, our different strengths, and so Andy, in his case, he'll charge things down, chase it, but then but then there's other people around him to pick up the pieces. It's a team effort. Is all about obviously utilising different players' strengths, and then obviously hopefully all those combined will help you to succeed. So that's what we try and do.
Kind of my last question now, because we also have
the Brady Bunch.
I forgot now the question that I had.
Yes, we are available for more interviews.
I know. In your opinion, what can the Czech Republic or the teams here in the Czech Republic or the organizers of blind football or blind soccer, what can they do to spread the word, to make more people being interested in blind soccer?
Well, they seem to have made a very good start. I mean, the two teams, Prague and Brno, they both are very young players, I understand. So they're obviously doing a good job of getting the word out. So I guess it's just keeping youngsters interested and putting training sessions on for them, so to keep them improving and working, and obviously, I guess keep spreading spread out to all the major cities in the country to try and get more players involved, and then hopefully eventually they'll have a strong enough team to compete on the European and eventually the world stage. But from what personally I've seen the teams here, they've made a very good start, and there's a great foundation for them to build on.
I completely agree. I think another good tool is what I've done as well, and that's create match highlights of film games. Use the social networks such as Facebook and YouTube and create highlights and put them on there. So then the Czech people can then go and view these on YouTube and see how their national side is getting on, and then that can filter down. That will spread the awareness across the country, because then the more views you get, the more likely you will get young blind players interested in playing football. And I absolutely agree with Simon. The Czech Republic have made huge strides to get to where they have now, and the tournament this weekend has demonstrated it, and you can see them in the future reaching the European and world stages.
May I have one little question to that? In England, or I cannot say Worcester.
Worcester.
Try not to say it in front of the camera, but what are the youngest players, or when do people start? Does it start with small kids, or what ages? What groups of ages?
It's a bit. I mean, to be honest, that's one of the things I'm really impressed with the Czech Republic about. We in England still haven't got really. There's a lot of work really that needs to be done on youngsters being given the chance to train and develop, because the first chance youngsters in England get really is when they get to about 18, and then they might, get into. There's only there's been 6 teams recently, but now that's going to be condensed down to 3. So it's still an ongoing process with England really, and there's not really a defined system for young players to come through. So it still needs a lot of work, but that's, again, like I said, from what I've seen, that the Czech Republic have already found a good group of young players, and if they can keep working with them and building their confidence and ability, then certainly within a couple of years there's no reason why they wouldn't be competing at the European Championships for certain.
Completely agree.
Thank you very much. Very, very, very last question. Anything that you would like to say, or any question I should have asked you but I did not?
No, like I said, I think we've just, like I said, the organisation and the quality of the teams. I mean, not just Brazil, but the whole general standard of the tournament was very good. And I think, I'd strongly urge the Czech Republic to try and put in a bid to host the European Championships here or something in the future, because if like I said, the organisation was some of the best I've experienced, and and there seems to be a really good understanding and appreciation of blind football as well. It's always nice to play in front of a crowd, rather which we had that chance today. And so I think they should be proud of what they've put on here, and certainly do it again in the future.
I'd happily come back to another tournament in the future if one was available.
Hope to see you soon, guys.
Thank you very much.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ!
Do you not know the rules of football? Step down, step down. The rules of the interview?